G'day, g'day. First of all, any of yous that made out like bandits on those UFC ones last night need to reach out and thank Milkshake there, putting it on the radar. I know I got a couple of messages, but that one definitely stood out, asking if there was any UFC action. Underdog in the main event. I don't know if anyone got that 5-1 dog or 4.5-1 right as we started that stood out. It looked like the fight had already started. And there was a few others scattered out there. So let's jump into it now. NBA basketball game. I got the time screwed up on this, so hopefully there's nothing too much missed there, which it doesn't appear to be. 68% of the money was on the Cavs. 91% of the master money, real tiny though. Really well balanced total. Money line is what it should be. First half action was 71% on the Raptors. Again, no data play anywhere along that way. So I didn't miss anything there. Let me just check. I think the hockey's about to go. Baseball's usually early Sunday. Hockey, really well balanced. Sabres, Bruins, 100% of the master money is on the Sabres. Avalanche, looking at 81% of the money on them. 53% of the master money is on the Avalanche, but it's pretty low, total low, puck line low on all of these games. Lightning Canadiens, 68% of the money is on Lightning. Nothing else of interest, no master money. And then Oilers Ducks, 53% of the money is on Oilers, 100% of the master money is on the Ducks, but it's still low, still early. So nothing really jumping out there. In the series, obviously we've got the lead in the Mammoth series. Is it a time to jump off, buy out? Maybe. I'll just be riding that thing to the death. So let's see what happens there. Hasn't been a lot of action since that was done. Flyers, Penguins, well balanced, not a lot of master stuff there. And fuck, that's tomorrow anyway. Just getting ahead of myself. Scroll down too far. Sabres, Bruins. Again, it's kind of hard on these series. So much money around different spots. Bit of master money at current prices, like just slightly less than 300. What I can do, it's no idea, but I can get bets placed between these types, and there hasn't been a lot of action on that. Same with the Canadiens, Lightnings, well balanced, not a lot in it. Avalanche has been from the get-go, huge money on them, huge money from the Masters, but they were just, taking better than bank interest in some of those spots. And we needed the Ducks big, and the money's been all over the Oilers in that one. All right, so just going back to the NBA, I just wanted to get that early game in the hockey. Looks like Blazers starting to turn into a data play again. 65% of the money on the Spurs, 98% of the master money is on the Blazers. It is at 5.5 and 5. I'm seeing that pretty solid at 4.5 right now. Not a lot on the total. Money line not standing out either. It's 79% on the Spurs. 57% of the master money on the Spurs. Gonna need the 76ers. It's not a data play. We're just gonna need them because we're looking at 93% of the money on the Celtics. 97. Is that right? No. Yeah, 97% of the master money's on the Celtics. Total, not a lot of action. Money line, data play. 68% on the Celtics, 100% on the 76ers there at a price of in the mid 290s. So it's not far away. I do see that around in other places. So yeah, start the day, some 76ers money line. Yeah, It's a stretch to reach, but that's where we're at on this one. Lakers, Rockets. Money's coming in like the Lakers are going to wrap this thing up. 64% of the money on them, 82% of the master money. However, and there's obviously been another, there's a reason why this has gone like this. So disregard it a lot because I'm looking at +8, +7.5, +7, +5.5, +5, and we're now sitting at 4.5. So do not read too much into that master money. Long gone. Money line, look at 52% on the Rockets, 78% of the master money's on the Lakers. Again, I'll dive into this just to check. Yep, +260s, 250s, 240s, 220s, 2s, 90s, 70s, and we're sitting around plus mid-40s, low 50s. So, yeah, don't read too much into that. It's numbers that do not exist anymore unless you have one of those old school bookies that's taking the price from the morning paper, that's the overnights, and that's changed since. So maybe an opportunity there. First half, not a lot of action. It's pretty quiet there. Feels like a pretty quiet Sunday overall in looking at the action right now. It's not like we've had a blinder of a week and everyone's tapped out. It's just not a lot going on right there. Let me dive in, do a couple of these player props. Scoot Henderson, total points over 15.5. Looking at 82% of the master money, 82% of the money on the over, 100% of the master money on the over. And the master is about 20% of the overall. Pretty well balanced back and forth. Scoot Henderson again, total assist, well balanced, 100% of the money on the over. So this is where you've got pretty strong that either we're misrepresenting players on the under, because this is Joe versus Pro 100% right now. Like all the Pro bets are on the over, all the Joe bets are on the under, which is interesting. And the same's happening on Denny Abdia. Pros on the under, Rex on the over. 6.5 there. And that's looking about it right now through there. Coming out of that one. Celtics 76ers. Derek White, 68% on the over, 63% of the master money on the under. 13.5 there. Just check it's all at. Actually, the master money's at the under 14.5. The rec money's over 13.5. So if you're seeing some 14.5 out there, it's probably worth grabbing. A Dembona, total points, 100% of the master money's on the over. 3.5, lane 40. Jason Tatum, total rebounds, 54% on the over, 100% of the master on the under. Around lane 30. %, Jason Tatum total assists, under 6.5, 78% of the money is on the under, 100% of the master money there. 6.5 lane around Pickham. And that looks about it right now. All right, let's do a quick run through on the baseball. Braves, Phillies. Heavy Braves. Going to need the Phillies there. 82% of the money's on the Braves. 97% of the master money. This is a data play again. Rockies shows up all the time. Let me see where they bet early though. This price always moves all the time. No, this has actually gotten bigger. A lot of this money is at 200, 205, 210, and I see like 220s, 230s now. 68% on the Mets, 100% of the master money on the Rockies. Shit ton of money on the under. Like 98% on the under, 99% of the master money on the under. Under 7.5 laying around 20. As I said, there's some stuff going to pop up here where I need to get a little deeper and little sharper. That's good to hear, Luce. Glad to have a good UFC. Another data play, Brewers, Pirates. 72% of the money's on the Brewers, 99% of the master money's on the Pirates. It's definitely got to dig into these more. Giants, Marlins, looking at 90% on the Giants. Not a lot of master money there. Padres, looking at 97% of the money's on the Padres, 100% of the master money. Cubs, Dodgers, well balanced, not a lot there. Red Sox, Orioles, not a lot of money. 62%. Oh, fuck, are the Red Sox. 94% of the master money. 70% on the Blue Jays. 61% of the master money's on the Blue Jays. Looking at 90, no, not 90. 74%. Let me check, Clark. Yeah, I think I was just saying that's where it's at. Blazers. So yeah, the master money is at 5.5 and 5. So all I'm doing is really, and I will say this, I've noticed that the data plays that we've had, especially football, but a little bit in basketball, missing half a point or something hasn't really mattered. I'm just letting you know where the money's at so you can make an educated decision whether you jump in at the 4.5, whether you wait for the Spurs to score the first points and it go up to 5, 5.5. Again, unfortunately, it can go the other way and missed opportunity. But yeah, just trying to give you as much information as possible so you can make your own decisions. Yankees, Astros. 68% of the money's on the Yankees, 92% of the master money's on the Astros. Athletics, Rangers. You have a way to do this. Something just come to mind. All right. Not a lot of money, not worth getting into. Really, really poor. Same with Angels, Royals. Nothing to really look at there. Tigers, Reds. 61% of the money on the Tigers, 92% of the master money on the Reds. National Sox, well balanced, not a lot of money. There is on that game, White Sox, hell of a lot of money on the under. Look at that. 87% on the under, 93% of the master money on the under there. Under 8.5, laying about 30, under 8, laying around 20, under 7.5, laying a nickel. And then the late games, not really much. And then game 2, Rockies, Mets hasn't really got anything involved yet. I do see just small master action, but it's all one way on the Rockies there. And it's at a board price, so nothing stolen. So that looks about it today. Definitely will have time in the afternoon to just keep watching the charts. Again, those that ping me, feel free to ping me. And I'll keep an eye out on this. But yeah, right now we're looking at the 76ers money line, Blazers plus the points. You can get 5.5, 5, great. If not, then that's your choice. And that's it. As I said, the board feels pretty light today. Golf, I don't think we did any golf updates really. Let me check if I'm going to get involved in it. Oh, shit, FA Cup. Did that start already? I wanted to just check the soccer. Oh, God. I hope it hasn't. England. Fuck. Oh. Ah. Let me just check in something. Yeah. Okay. Dodged the bullet. Was looking at something yesterday on that FA Cup. It's already gone. Chelsea won 1-0. So, was looking at matches players. Stats. All right. One thing, the Kentucky Derby draw is out. I'm definitely going to be putting that together today. The fixed odds. I know most of you can't play it with us in Latin America, and obviously we don't put it up in any of the US stuff. Our matchups and everything as well. And then I'll be on pushing the odds with Matt tomorrow. Yeah, let's see what we come up with. So all the best today. Good to see those that had to get seeing a few messages here that had a really good UFC last night based on the master money. So yeah, good luck with it all, and I'll see you again before the end of the day. Cheers. Oh, one note: the cat showed up. Any of those that I did get one message saying, "Shit, the cat!" Right, we found it. Pile of mud, bushes over on the golf course at about 1 a.m. this morning. Its collar thing wasn't pinging properly. It was, boy, what a day that was. So that kind of fucked me up a little bit on the UFC stuff. Again, dealing with kids, wife on a missing cat situation. So it is here. We did find it. So all good at the end of the day. Cheers. Catches.